Shavua Tov, everyone. Welcome to Tillis Tells Stories for Saturday night. The title of this week's video is Naming with Divine Inspiration. I adapted and supplemented it from a daily Amuna email of Rabbi David Ashir 10 years ago as reprinted in Shabbos Stories for Parshat Bo 5776. Judaism teaches that every person has his own set of strengths and character traits necessary for him to accomplish his task for which his soul came into this world. Every letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which has such deep meaning and hidden secrets, when configured in a certain pattern to comprise a person's name, has an impact on the strength of that person. The Holy Area Sfat taught that every parent is given divine inspiration when naming a child. In every area of life, we make our effort, and then whatever happens afterwards, we accept that God's will come to fruition. This includes naming. For names are decided by God Almighty. Also, we can make suggestions and requests for certain names to be given, but after the name is given, no matter what was decided, we should be happy, knowing that it was according to the will of God. Nobody should ever fight or argue over naming a newborn. The final call is always his. A certain Jewish woman in Israel had a baby boy in November of 2016. A couple of days before the Brit Milah circumcision, she asked her father, a rabbi, if he had any good ideas for a name. He told her what the Arizal said, that she and her husband will be inspired to give the right name. However, he did mention that his illustrious grandfather's name was David Chai. David Chai. He told her that name has a lot of meaning and might be a good option. The next day, she told her father that they decided we like the name Nathanael, which means a gift from God. The rabbi responded with a word of advice. That's a beautiful name, but it's not that common. Perhaps you should add a second name, which is less rare. At the Brit, the name given was Nathanael Yaakov. Right after the name was given, a woman came over to them and said, "It's so beautiful what you just did. I'm so touched." Really? Really? Why? They asked. What do you mean? The Brit took place on Sunday morning, November 15th, 2015. More significantly, on the third day of the Jewish month of Kislev. The woman explained, "You didn't hear? 2 days ago on Friday afternoon, Rosh Chodesh, the 1st of Kislev, which by the way is the same date as the murders of the Mumbai Chabad House martyrs, Gabriel Noach and Rivka Holzberg, 7 years before. But anyway, 2 days ago on Rosh Chodesh Kislev, a father and son, Rabbi Yaakov and Nathanael Littman, were cruelly murdered in a terrorist attack in Hebron. It is so sad, but now you are naming your baby after them, Nathanael and Yaakov. Surely this will bring the family much joy when they hear." The couple was very moved that the Almighty had guided them to this name. They also felt honored that their child has the merit to carry the names of these two respected martyrs. They decided to save all the newspaper articles related to their namesakes to show their son when he grows up. That same week, in one of the articles, they noticed that the full names of the two martyrs were not simply Yaakov and Nathanael, but Yaakov David and Nathanael Chai. Thus, David Chai, the name that was first suggested for this child, was also in their names. The excited grandfather remarked, "The divine supervision here is amazing. The boy carries the names of those two holy martyrs, as well as my illustrious grandfathers." I'd like to share with you something amazing about the days and weeks of the Littman family after the murder of the son. The 21-year-old eldest surviving daughter of the Littman family, Sarah Tachia, was due to be married to Aryeh Begle 4 days after the murder. The wedding was postponed to the week after sitting Shiva in their home in Kiryat Arba, outside Hebron. During their initial week of mourning, Sarah invited the entire world to the wedding. The public wedding invitation, which the couple posted on social media, begins with the biblical quote, "Do not rejoice over me, my enemy, that I have fallen, for I have gotten up Although the wedding was moved from Hebron to the largest venue in Jerusalem, Binyanei Ummah, the site could not possibly contain the many thousands from across the Jewish spectrum in Israel who showed up to celebrate and offer comfort, as well as the hundreds of representatives from numerous Jewish congregations all around the world. Most had to dance outside while watching the ceremonies on closed-circuit television screens. 11 months later, Sarah Begin gave birth to a baby girl on Yom Kippur. P.S. To see videos of the wedding, including the enormous crowds and the joyous dancing, do a search on YouTube for Sarah Tachia. We must appreciate this woman who, from her personal tragedy, inspired one of the greatest episodes of international Achdut Yisrael in our times. Kain Yirbu, so may it increase, until Jewish unity will be the way it is supposed to be, without hatred for other members of the tribe, and then immediately we will merit Mashiach's arrival in a manner visible to our physical eyes, the building of the third temple, and our individual and national redemption. Shavua Tov, Chodesh Tov.